that you plant? How are you going to cultivate those seeds? How are you going to ensure that they grow into tangible results that not only meet your project's goal, but also leaves a lasting impact on the communities you serve? In closing, most successful chiefs of party are those who view their projects not as finite tasks, but as stepping stones into the larger narrative of progress. Your legacy is not going to be defined by just the outcomes you achieve, but it will be defined by the spirit of innovation that you can instill in your team and the ripple effect it has on the world around you, the ecosystem with which you work and serve. That's all for today's episode. I'm Dr. D. Have a great week.
Thank you for tuning in to Chief of Party to Chief of Party, Success in Your First 90 Days, your go-to source for insightful, actionable guidance that can shape the success of your project. Let's continue to drive change and create impact, one USAID-funded project at a time. Welcome to Chief of Party to Chief of Party, Success in Your First 90 Days. As you navigate the USAID landscape for the first time or seek to sharpen your skills, we're here to provide the guidance you need to address the unique challenges of this role. Host Donna Vincent Roa, an experienced Chief of Party, will inform and inspire your journey.
Welcome, leaders. I'm Dr. Donna Vincent Roa, and today we're going to dive into a topic that, well, it's at the heart of what we do, leading with integrity. As a chief of party, you're not just at the helm of a mission, you're the standard bearer of trust and ethical conduct. Integrity is the cornerstone upon which the pillars of successful leadership rest. It's that unwavering commitment to doing what's right, not just what is expedient. And it's especially crucial in the complex tapestry of the work that we do. Now let's talk about how integrity shapes the culture around you. It does start with you, the leader. A culture of ethics is like a garden. It needs a diligent gardener. You set the tone for this. Your actions, your decisions, they ripple through your team and the communities that you impact. Your reputation is everything. Your relationships are everything. When you demonstrate integrity, you're not just making a statement. You're laying the foundation for a culture that values transparency, that values accountability, and most importantly, respect. Imagine a scenario where a decision is not black or white, where the pressure to deliver results might cloud the ethical path. This is where your leadership shines. You stand firm, not just because the regulations demand it, but because it's who you are. Your team will look to your example, and over time, this will permeate every level of your project. But how do you instill this ethical culture day to day? First, it starts with communication. Deliver open and honest dialogue about your expectations. You need to also share the non-negotiables of your project's integrity. This means you give your team members the opportunity to speak up, to question, to challenge. This is where you create an environment where ethical practices are not just encouraged, but they're required and they're celebrated. Let's consider hiring practices for a moment. It's not just about finding the right skills, it's about finding individuals that are aligned with your mission's moral compass. Each new hire, well, it's an opportunity to strengthen the ethical fabric of your team. And once they're on board, mentorship is key. This is where You have an opportunity to shape the stories of the ethical dilemmas that you've faced. You can talk about how these dilemmas were navigated or what were the lessons learned. It isn't just about telling, it's about engaging in a dialogue that reinforces the values you stand for. Integrity should be a collective pursuit within your project. In addition to our responsibilities to our team, integrity is about creating partnerships with local leaders and stakeholders who can share and appreciate your commitment to ethical practices. It's about alliances that can bolster your project's integrity and, importantly, ensure sustainability long after your tenure. Now, as a leader, you're going to be faced with the task of measuring the intangible. How do you gauge the success of an ethical culture? Look around you. Are your team members empowered to make decisions that align with your project's values? Is there a trust that runs both ways between you and your team? These are the signs of an ethical culture in action. And when the inevitable challenges arise, when integrity is tested, that's when your leadership matters most. This is where you need to stand firm, take the ethical route, even if it's the harder path. Others will follow, and that's how you forge an indelible mark of trust and respect. And that's what you want to be known for.